Hi, y'all.
Hi guys, if you can't tell, we're from Texas.
We own a small yoga studio in the Piney Woods of East Texas, specifically Quitman, Mineola area.
Just above Speakeasy.
That's right, in Quitman. We also teach at some of the local churches. We teach people how to what?
We teach people how to really listen to their bodies. We teach them how to live a more well-balanced lifestyle and to be a little bit more aware of what they're putting into their body and how they're treating their bodies.
Yes. So my name is Sandy.
My name is Tammy.
And we welcome you. Today, I'm going to be teaching Tammy how I cook at home.
Yes, but more specifically for two people and how to not waste food, because I feel like I'm wasting food.
So one of the things that we're asked quite a bit is as our children have grown and left the house, both of us are empty nesters,
Yeah.
Our children are grown and left the house, we've got all these recipes that we used to cook with that we really like. We can change ingredients to more healthy ingredients. We can switch to organic, but the fact of the matter is, when your recipe is cooking for 6 people, you're going to have at least half of it, if not more, 2/3 of it left over to go in the refrigerator.
Right, and correct me if I'm wrong, but I hear all the time that to cook organically is expensive.
It is if you're throwing half of it or 2/3 of it away. It
What?
certainly is.
Okay.
So what we're going to do today
Okay.
is I'm going to show you how I save money. This
Okay.
is just one method, but this is how I save money at home. I'm using the same recipe today. We're going to do just a chicken noodle soup.
Okay.
So we're just doing chicken noodle soup. I bought the ingredients like I normally would for the same recipe that says 6 people.
Okay.
So this is the ingredients for 6 people, but I'm not going to cook for 6 people. I'm just going to half the recipe.
But what are you going to do with the other half?
We're going to use Ziploc bags,
Okay.
and we're going to use a metal container so that half of it is going to go into the freezer.
Okay, kind of like a meal prep. So a 2-for-1.
So we're going to do 2 meals for one. One
Okay.
we're going to eat now. One's going to go into the refrigerator or the freezer
Okay.
for later on in the week or in the day. Or later on in the week or later on in the month. So,
Okay.
you know, one of the things I also get hit with a lot is how do you cook? How do you have everything done so that you can cook naturally, right?
Right.
Well, a lot of times I don't. I'm not that well organized. However, if I'm cooking like this, I have these things in my freezer so that if I haven't gone to the grocery store, I can go to my freezer, bring out all the ingredients for a meal, heat them up, and cook it fresh.
Okay, so I'm not really understanding.
Okay?
So
So let me
I'm
show
a
you.
visual, so let's get started so that you can show me.
Perfect. All right, so I've got some oil heating up here.
Okay.
And these are the ingredients. I just did them as if I were cooking for 6 people.
Okay.
The only difference that we did, because we had small plates, we put our chicken on 2 plates.
Okay.
So first thing I'm going to do is swing over here and get my onion. Our
Okay.
hands are clean.
Okay.
We already pre-washed. I'm going to put half of my onion in.
And then what do we do with the other half?
We're going to lift up the baggie that says veggies.
Okay.
And we're going to put the other half of our onion straight in the Ziploc bag.
Okay. Now I noticed that you have veggies and you have the date written on here.
Yes, I always put the date on there just to make sure that I'm keeping track of all of my dates.
Okay.
I don't
All
want
right.
to pull out and have old food.
So how
I
long
just
will
check
this last?
I usually keep my food around 3 to 6 months, so it depends on exactly what I'm keeping. I'm going to go ahead and not my carrots, but I'm going to go ahead and put half my chicken in here.
Okay. So half being that whole plate.
Yep, half is this whole plate.
Okay, not just half the plate, but
Right.
okay.
Yep, and then the other plate is going to go in my meat bag.
Oh, I was wondering what you were going to do with that.
Half goes in one, half goes in the other.
Okay. I'll have to wash my hands. And this is what's going to go in that metal container.
Yes.
Okay.
So I'm just sauteing my chicken
Okay.
with my onion.
Okay. Let me wash
Okay.
my hands. Throw that in the trash. So what do you, I just set this right here?
Yep, set it aside.
Okay. Let me wash my hands.
Sorry.
Okay.
And while
Close
that's
that up.
sauteing, yes, I'll show you how to close the bags.
Okay.
So we're done with the meat bag. We're gonna take our meat all the way down to the bottom.
Okay.
Make it as small as possible.
Okay.
I'm gonna get all the air out of the bag
Okay. Is it sealed already?
and zip it closed.
Ah, okay.
Right?
Okay.
And then I'm gonna place it
Oh.
inside this container. I've tried various methods. I like the little silver containers for takeout food.
Where do you buy those?
I get them at the dollar store.
Okay.
Okay?
All
and
right.
I just fold it up and I place it right in there.
Okay.
Okay?
Got it. Do you need a little bit more oil?
Nope.
Okay.
It's good. It's almost done.
Okay. Nice.
Okay? And when it's completed,
Okay. So do I seal the vegetables bag up?
no, because we're not finished putting our veggies in.
Okay.
So, in this recipe, you don't have to choose to you don't have to saute the onion
Okay.
with the chicken.
Okay.
I chose to do it on the first round, but the second round I'm not going to do that. The second round I'm just going to saute my chicken, and then I'll put the rest of the vegetables in and do a light saute with it. I do both interchangeably in my kitchen. So
Okay.
I'm going to do one with the onion in it, and the other I'll just leave out.
So when you freeze this, does this all have to thaw before we cook it?
Yes, it does. So you can go to your freezer the night before, place it in your refrigerator overnight,
Okay.
and the next day you'll have it. Or you can individually, that's why everything's in individual bags. So I can take out my meat
Okay.
and I can defrost my meat.
Okay.
I can defrost things at different temperatures, so that I'm not overcooking when I defrost. That's why everything is individually wrapped inside the...
Okay. So I could even thaw out the chicken the night before and put that in one of those small crock pots.
Yes, this is an excellent crock pot meal.
Awesome. Okay, now what do you need?
So, our chicken is completed here.
Okay.
So, I will take the celery.
Celery. Because this is for 2, we're only going to use half.
Right. So, we're going to put half in here.
And then the other half I'm going to put in the veggies.
The other half goes in the veggies.
Okay. Got
Give
it.
that a stir. Let it cook.
And that just sits in there like that.
Yep.
Okay.
We'll do the same thing with our carrots.
Okay.
So half the carrots go in the pot.
And half the carrots go in the bag.
Half the carrots go in the bag.
Okay. So just like this. And I'm going to put it to the bottom.
Put it to the bottom.
I'm going to
Scoot out all
roll.
the air.
Scoot out all the air.
And seal the bag.
And then seal the bag and place it right next to the chicken.
Right.
Okay. Got it. And then put that in there like so. Right?
Yep.
Okay.
So we've softened our vegetables.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yeah. Man, that looks good. Smells fantastic.
And spices.
Okay,
So I
spices.
mixed all of my spices for the recipe together in one pile, and we're
Okay.
going to do the exact same thing. Half is going to go in here.
Okay. And then
The other half will go into a bag that we've marked spices.
spices. And now this goes in there too?
This goes right in that.
Really?
Yep.
Okay.
Everything goes in together.
All right. So I'm cooking a meal, but I'm meal prepping at the same time.
Exactly. So you're doing a twofer.
Twofer.
A twofer. Hand me
Love
my
it.
broth.
Okay.
So we've got broth that will go into our pot here, and then another one that will go into the pantry.
Okay.
For later.
Oh, I love that. Awesome.
So that we buy the same amount that's in the recipe. However,
Okay.
we put one in the pantry, one in the freezer.
Okay. Wow, that smells fantastic.
Okay, so in order to save time on our film today, we're going to just assume that this is going to come to a boil.
Okay.
When it's time to do our noodles, we'll do the same thing.
Okay, so
Half will go in,
Half will go in the
into
bag.
So let's put half in the bag.
Okay. Wow. I like these noodles. I like the shape of them. It looks like a tulip.
This will go in our pot.
Same thing, squeeze
Same
the
thing,
air out.
squeeze the air out. We've got our little container here.
Okay. Do the spices go on top or does
They
it
can go
matter?
on top.
Okay. And all this goes in the freezer, just like this.
Just like this.
Okay. All right.
We get everything kind of shaken down. We put our little cap on. Sometimes they fit exactly down. Sometimes they don't.
Okay.
So we're going to fold this down over.
Okay. And then do you mark on that?
We
What-
mark on this.
Okay. Wow. So I just cooked 2 meals in less than 15 minutes.
Yep.
Wow, I'm digging this. So this means at night when I'm teaching, Brad can come home and...
Defrost something and put it in the freezer.
Awesome.
So, chicken noodle soup.
And then you'll date that.
And what I do is I say needs broth.
Okay. All right. Then we have our little package, all nice and neat.
All nice and
Wow! And I can go put that in the
Put that in
freezer.
the freezer.
Ta-da! Nice. Awesome. Ooh, it stacks nice in the freezer.
I like those little silver containers. They come in various sizes so that we can stack them up in the freezer. We're just going to let this cook and we'll put our noodles in. And Tammy, you and I will have some nice chicken noodle soup here in about 20 minutes.
Yay!
But that is all it takes to cooking 2 meals
Wow, that was so easy.
at once, cutting down a recipe from 6 people to feed just a couple.
2. That was awesome.
Easy peasy.
Yay, thank you.
Tune in next time.
Bye.
Bye. Okay. Let's stop the recording.